a strong chance, I think, if Richard can maintain this pace, but just an outside chance of him getting on the podium. That would be a phenomenal run performance.
Meanwhile, our leader, Alistair Brownlee, the Olympic champion, goes from strength to strength. Deep in the second lap of 2, so about 2 Ks for Alistair to run. Bailey, Luis and Alaza have designs on a medal, a place on the podium potentially alongside Alistair Brownlee. They're fighting it out for second and third here, 12 seconds behind the leader. And Jonathan Brownlee has just gone in the opposite direction through transition, watched his brother head off towards victory here in Hyde Park.
Just the similarities of Johnny Brownlee and Alistair Brownlee running through. Alistair Brownlee in full command at the moment. Johnny Brownlee with a point to prove.
Bailey looks to be running strongly. Alaza deserves a place on the podium, having been consistently in the top 10 this season, and with 2,000 metres to go, Alistair Brownlee is cruising through the park in London. Sensational speed from the Olympic champion. He's moving further from his closest rivals. And they've got what they came to see. The Londoners who have turned out, and the tourists as well, who have turned out this afternoon on this wet Sunday at the end of May, are being treated to a masterclass of top-level triathlon from the man who is the best in the world.
He's certainly proving that world status at the moment. For a moment, I thought Ryan Bailey there looked to be struggling. Went through 30 seconds, maybe 40 seconds of maybe just insecurity, not sure if you could say it. He's come back on and he's got to the front of this pack now. And this is going to be so tight. We've got 3 class athletes. They're very, very closely matched. You'd think maybe Alaza could be the one who might not be able to maintain the pace if these other 2 put an attack in. But with his consistency, there's going to be a lot of confidence here. Absolutely open for the remaining positions on the podium. Assuming, of course, that this man, the best in the world at the moment, stays there and gains the #1 spot.
He's not letting up at all. 23 kilometres per hour across the ground, Alistair Brownlee. He's getting towards sprint speed here.
That is just phenomenal, the speed he's going. OK, let's have a look at that. 5 kilometres. It's always been the big breakthrough for triathletes to get under 30 minutes for the 10 kilometres. That's been broken time and time again now. I understand, I've got my stats in front of me thinking, we are sub 15 as well there. Do you know what? I just wonder, are we going to be seeing an under 14 minutes for that 5K? That really would be something very, very special.
Mario Mola's winning time here 12 months ago, 49 minutes and 46 seconds. Alistair continues like this, he should and could be well inside that. Incredible speed across the ground. A little quieter at the extremities of the run lap. He'll come on this hairpin now, out and back, and those battling for second and third, these 3 looking for the other 2 places on the podium with Alistair, will get to eyeball him heading in the opposite direction with a lead now of 15 seconds and growing.
Absolutely superb running. You really can't take anything away from this man. He's been at the top of his game for so many years now. That fantastic performance, of course, 2012 in London, and he came away from that. There's a couple of people saying, well, okay, he's had his time, 1 or 2 bad results, 1 or 2 occurrences where it didn't go quite right, and people are very quick, very used to say, yeah, the old order is changing, yielding place to new. And then Alistair and Johnny Brownlee, they both come back and say, you spoke too soon, because we're still up there and still will want it. We are hungry for Rio, and Alistair is proving it here today. How many doubts does that put into the minds of everybody else racing, and also into the mind of Javier Gomez when he looks and thinks, wow, I beat this guy a couple of weeks ago, the form is in at the moment, I don't know what I could do. What a performance!
Alaza going away. Alaza fancies second position. That would be a personal best for him. And he has left Bailey and Luis struggling to match him. Bailey has responded. Luis looks like he might be out of gas. And Alaza has designs on second place, but it's all about the victory here. He missed the first part of the season, picked up an injury when he was out running, training, avoided a dog. He doesn't like dogs, Alistair. Avoided a dog, put his foot in a hole, and damaged his legs, so had to sit out the first part of the season. When he returned to top-level racing, he returned in style with that incredible win in Cape Town, despite falling on the run and being flat on his face in the South African dirt. He picked himself up, recovered and won, beating Gomez into second and Luis into third. He had that incredible sprint finish last time out in Yokohama with Gomez, which he lost out. But today, he's all on his own. There's no one to touch. Alistair Brownlee in the park. He can look behind him all he wants, but now, with quite a long way to go until the finishing line, he can already start to celebrate.
Brilliant performance by Brownlee. Look at that. There's a man who knows what he's done today. He's proved it over not one, not two, but all three disciplines. Recovered from not a great transition there. Picks up the flag now. Is it going to be the Great Britain flag or is it going to be the Yorkshire flag?
Either way, he's savouring the moment. He can ease down through the gears and slow down and enjoy the moment. Just listen to this welcome for the Olympic champion. Alistair has time to take it all in with his family watching in the grandstand. He will win in Hyde Park yet again, and he does so in style. Brownlee wins the World Triathlon Series in London with a time of 50.39. It's a podium for Alaza, who stops to collect the Spanish flag on his way. All that consistent racing comes off, and Vincent Luis breaks clear to take third position ahead of Bailey, and then they're starting to come home in a line down the blue carpet. Bailey finishing fourth. Richard Murray made up a lot of ground to go fifth. In sixth position was Dorian Connings, the second Frenchman in the top 10. Schoeman first out of the water. Excellent result for him in seventh. Then Dodds, who was first to break, and Nieschlag. And we'll look down for Mola, who didn't quite make the top 10. Mario Mola having to settle for 14th. And a further wait now to see where Jonathan Brownlee eventually finishes. I thought there might be a chance here that he could fight his way back into the top 10. It didn't happen, but Adam Bowden has finished in the top 25 for Great Britain. And Alistair now waits and watches for his younger brother to see what the gap is. Bad luck today for Johnny. Problem with his wheel, a flat tyre. We heard from the British bike mechanic the tyre must have gone flat after he'd left it in transition, and he was never in the running. So, in some ways, we never really got to see the Brownlees do battle with each other. It wasn't quite the brotherly battle that we'd hoped to see. Look at Alistair. He's barely broken sweat after a 750-metre swim, a 20k run and a 5k, a 20k run and a 5k run, and Jonathan has just